everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing homemade starter for Christmas. I'm going to teach you how to make deep fried camembert with a homemade cranberry sauce. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to make the cranberry sauce because you need to make that one earlier because it needs to cool down first before you can actually use it for dinner. So technically all you need is 3 ingredients. You can make an amazing sauce with just cranberries, sugar and water, but I'm going to make it a little bit fancier for Christmas, but you don't have to. If you don't want to get extra ingredients, all you need is cranberry, sugar, water. You can have fresh cranberries, you can have frozen ones, whatever works best for you. We are going to start off by putting our water and orange juice in. So I've got half a cup of orange juice and half a cup of water, and we're going to boil that with the sugar till the sugar is nicely dissolved. So you can put up to a cup of sugar in. You can put less sugar in if you don't want it as sugary. You can try and see how it works out for yourself and taste it in between, see if it's too sweet or not, and you can add more or add some more water. So a cup of sugar is just a rough estimate for you. We can add more or less. Okay, so now we're just going to bring our water, orange juice and sugar mixture to a boil, stirring until the sugar is dissolved, and we're going to do that on a high heat. So that's starting to slowly come to a boil. So now that we've brought our sugar and orange juice water mixture to a boil, we're going to add our cranberries now. Now we're going to bring this to a boil again, and once it's back to boiling again, then we're going to put it down to low heat and let the cranberries simmer for about 10 minutes till all the cranberries start bursting open. So that has come to a boil, so we put it just down to a low heat and let it simmer for 10 minutes. So as you can see, it is very important that you use a pot that is large enough because the mixture is going to start to rise and foam up, so you don't want that to go all over your cooker. Okay, so this looks ready to me. So we're ready to start adding our spices to it to make it a little bit more Christmassy now. So for my cranberry sauce, I'm going to add a little bit of ground allspice and a little bit of ground cinnamon. You can add whatever you like. You can even add some pecan nuts. You can add some orange zest. You can add some You can add some pecan nuts. You can add some orange zest. Whatever you like, you can add at this point to make it as Christmassy as you like it. And we're going to let it cool down to room temperature before we put it into a bowl and put it in the fridge to completely chill. Okay, so now we're going to start making our deep fried camembert. First thing we're going to do is put some oil in a pot. So get about 6 centimeters of oil. I'd recommend using vegetable oil. Make sure not to use olive oil because it's just going to smoke up your kitchen. Okay, so I've got my battering station ready basically. I've got a beaten egg, I've got flour, I've got breadcrumbs, and the last thing I'm going to add to my breadcrumbs, because we just like cheese on cheese on cheese, is I'm going to add a bit of Parmesan cheese to the breadcrumbs. So that's about a tablespoon of Parmesan, and just mix that in with the breadcrumbs. So that's all the elements for our battering ready. So now we're going to cut up the cheese in wedges. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this into wedges. So just cut it through the middle. Go. Turn it around. Cut it through the middle again. Turn it again. And again through the middle. There we go. So now from one wheel, we've got 8 little camembert wedges. So I'm just getting a plate to put the battered wedges on so I can put them all in the same time and they'll all cook at about the same time. So we're going to start off, we're just going to do one at a time. First of all, just toss them around in some flour. And then from the flour it goes into the egg. Okay, so now from the egg wash it goes into our breadcrumb mixture. So now you can just deep fry them like that with just one layer of batter. But because I've had it happen in the past a few times that because the batter wasn't thick enough, the cheese would kind of seep out whilst putting in the oil, I'm just going to double batter it. Okay, so we've finished breading our wedges. So now one good way to figure out if your oil is hot enough is by making a little ball of breadcrumbs mixed with egg. So if you just dump some breadcrumbs into the egg mixture that you've got, just dip it in a bit of egg. Okay, so we got our little ball of egg and breadcrumb mixture. So what you want to do now is you put it into the oil, and it needs to take about 10 to 15 seconds to get nice and golden brown. If it takes much longer than that, or if it instantly goes brown, then you know that you need to change the temperature that your oil is on. So that took about 15 seconds for our little clump of egg wash and breadcrumbs to get brown, so our oil is ready to go and we can start frying our cheese. So here we have our finished Christmas starter. We've got our deep fried camembert and we've got our homemade cranberry sauce. I can assure you it smells delicious, it looks beautiful, and this is definitely going to impress all of your friends and family. I hope you do give it a try, and I'd love to see what you can come up with and if you like the recipe.